Hello, how are y'all? It's Burgess Taylor, or Journey with Burgess, depending on where you're at on social media. But it's one or the other usually. I am participating in the Create December prompt challenge prompts. Bree from Documented Journey. I will leave the link to her video about it below. Posted about this, and she has the prompts, and I have been really enjoying this. I have been thinking outside of the box, as she talked about in her video, which is something I usually do, and I wanted to talk just a little bit about what I'm doing in my sketch journal with this Create December challenge. I think that's what prompts. To me, it is a little bit challenging. One, to think outside of the box some, to be a bit creative. This is the only one where I haven't actually put a quote, and I don't think I'm going to put a quote on this one. And that is a flour sifter. I kept thinking, I couldn't think of the word. It looks like a cup of hot cocoa, which is something that Victor and I both enjoy. And every time he's here, he wants me to make him a cup of hot cocoa. But it is actually supposed to be a flour sifter, because when I was young, my mom made sugar cookies, homemade sugar cookies, pretty much every holiday, and we would help. And when my kids were young, I made homemade chocolate chip cookies. But with Victor, I think I want to establish the tradition of making homemade sugar cookies. I'm going to make some with just the sugar, and some with some icing and sprinkles, and some with just some sprinkles, so that he can really have fun and participate. And it will be something that he remembers, and I'm really excited about that. But I wanted to think of something that was something that had to do with tradition, or making something a tradition, and I think that that's a really good thing. And I enjoyed it. I used mostly my Daniel Smith watercolors. I did use some of the Schminckel watercolors. You're going to see me using primarily those with these. I used my silver black velvet brushes mostly. And those are my usually everyday brushes. When I'm here, sometimes I'll use the Escoda Reserva, the one that I have. But mostly, if I'm not using the silver black velvet ones, I'm using the Escoda Versatile. I also have this one by Raphael. It is a 3/0. It is an imitation squirrel, and it's one that I use when I'm doing like a bigger area, and I have a few other ones like that. Most of the ones that I have are either synthetic squirrel, or synthetic sable, or they are a mixture of squirrel and synthetic, or sable and synthetic. I only have a few brushes that are actual, I don't know, non-synthetic. But that's okay. I like the synthetic because I work with them every day, all the time. And I just now, I guess it was probably about 6 months ago or so, maybe not quite that long, got some brush cleaner. So I'm trying to be more careful with my brushes, but I'm kind of rough on stuff. I'm not really gentle. I try to be careful. I mean, I'm not real rough. But because I'm learning, I'm not as proficient with the brush as I need to be yet, but I'm still learning. Practice makes perfect, or near perfect, and I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm just aiming for some fun. So with these two, the first two, I drew them with pencil first, and then I went over them with pen, and then the other two I actually drew with pen. Some of it you're going to catch on camera, some of it you're not. For some reason, my camera wants to act is acting wonky, and that's okay though. You get the essence of what I'm doing. I'm still learning how to do snow. We don't get snow here very often, and the second day's prompt was joy, and it would bring me immense joy if it were to snow here at Christmas. Not that it will happen. I think it's only happened a couple of times in my lifetime, and I'm 51. Maybe I should say a few times. We do have snow every once in a blue moon, but snow at Christmas is rare. So, but it would make me immensely happy. It would bring me such joy if it were to snow on Christmas. So that's why I did this prompt the way that I did it. And I did it so that the house looked like it was almost completely covered in snow, so that all you could see really was the chimney. And then this tree that had snow on it. You're going to see me put snow on it. I think I've touched all of it up. I'm not quite sure. I have to go back and look. But I wanted to capture what it would look like if we had Snowmageddon on Christmas. I am trying to get better about doing hair. Hair is difficult. My hair is really curly, spirally kind of curly, which is kind of hard to draw without it looking like a bunch of squiggles. So I did do some squiggles, but, and my hair is multicolored. So there's a lot of gray in it, silver in it, there's red in it, there's blonde in it, there's brown in it, there's even a little bit of black in there. But I'm trying to get better about it. So it's fun at least to try. And that's all. I mean, like I said, none of these are going to be perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection. I really like the illustrated look, like something that you would see in children's books, in illustrated children's books. I love that look where you capture the essence of it. And Bree had suggested Stephen Reddy, and I took some of his classes on, I want to say it was Craftsy. I loved it, and I ended up buying his book, and it's fabulous. And I love the way that he does stuff, and I learned a lot from his class and from his book. Another person's work that I really admire is Samantha Dion Baker. I really admire, I've got her book and I really love it. I love Kathy Johnson's nature stuff, and I love Liz Steele. That prompt for this day was family, and I drew a family of books, J.R.R. Tolkien's books. The Lord of the Rings series, and then The Hobbit and The Cimmerian are all related, and they're a family of books. And then I ended up putting a quote, you'll see that at the end, and I really enjoyed this. I did the books in green and did the red bookshelf because when I think of The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or any of that, I think of green. That's the color that comes to mind. So that's the color that I chose. So while I have a break for a minute, I'm going to read the quotes. For the snow, I did, well, I know now, I know a little more how much a simple thing like a snowfall can mean to a person. Sylvia Plath. For the books, I have two quotes. Children are made readers on the laps of their parents by Emily Buchwald. And then show me a family of readers and I will show you the people who moved the world, Napoleon Bonaparte. And then for the hot cocoa, I have because the best gift in life is just having someone to drink hot cocoa with. Gadia De Laurentiis. And then I'll save today's for another day, and I will see y'all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.